gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and...
DJI has officially dropped their next-generation compact drone, the Neo 2, and after seeing the price, I just couldn't resist. I finally gave in and bought one to fulfill my long-time flying dream, which honestly feels like a steal for what it offers. Since I've never really played around with drones before, I did my homework before hitting that buy button. From what I gathered, the Neo 2 is probably DJI's lightest and most affordable drone series yet. It's loaded with beginner-friendly features, perfect for people like me who don't enjoy endless setup and tweaking. When it finally arrived, I couldn't wait to unbox it. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from Maiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. The moment I held it in my hand, I was shocked by how light it felt. The entire drone weighs only about 160 grams, lighter than my smartphone, which is around 199 grams. That alone blew my mind. The design sticks to DJI's signature style, a clean, minimal look with a vertical matte texture. You've got a camera up front, a screen and sensors on each side, and the battery sits right on top with a power button. On the side, there's a record button and 2 selection buttons, making 4 in total. Plus, it comes with omnidirectional obstacle avoidance cameras on the top and bottom for safer flying. Compared to the first Neo, which maxed out at 4K 30fps, the Neo 2 steps it up with 4K 60fps, and when connected to the remote controller, it can even reach 4K 100fps. The daytime shooting quality looks really solid. Now, since I'm someone who grew up in a small town and it doesn't have much drone experience, my favorite feature has to be the intelligent follow mode. It's fun, easy to use, and feels almost magical. It includes different options like follow mode, riding mode, intelligent camera movement, spiral, heartbeat, master lens, and even sliding zoom, also known as the Westgate Kirk zoom. The results are seriously impressive. Tuning the settings is simple too. A quick press of the selection button lets you choose between modes, while a long press opens up more parameters. For example, in follow mode, you can select framing, half body, full body, or distant, and even set the tracking direction, forward, backward, left, right, and diagonal directions. Once you've locked in your settings, just hit record and off it goes, following you automatically. You can even control it with gestures. Hold your palm up to it, and once it recognizes you, you can move your hand to control its direction or zoom. When you're done, just open your palm again. It'll gently land right back on your hand, like a futuristic little pet. It's both adorable and impressive. Testing out all the preset shooting modes was like opening a treasure chest, each one more fun than the last. Before I knew it, time had flown by, and so had the battery. Each 62-gram battery gives you around 19 minutes of flight time. Once it drops below 50%, it automatically returns home to avoid crashes. With 3 batteries, I usually get about 30 to 40 minutes of recording time. The batteries are super secure too, maybe too secure. Every time I try to swap them, it's a bit of a struggle, but on the bright side, there's 0 chance they'll pop out mid-flight. Storage-wise, DJI has also made big improvements. The Neo 2's internal memory jumped from 22 gigabytes to 49 gigabytes, so even if you drain all 3 batteries, you won't have to worry about running out of space. And if you do, transferring files is easy. You can instantly move your clips to your phone, delete them from the drone, and keep shooting. The Wi-Fi transfer speed also got a major upgrade, from 25 megabytes per second to 80 megabytes per second, so downloads are super fast. My main reason for buying the Neo 2 was to film my cycling sessions. Before I got it, I thought about different ways to carry it besides a backpack. I came up with 2. The first is the simple one. Just tuck it into your cycling pants pocket. It's so compact that you barely feel it. The second method is mounting it directly on the bike. Since the Neo 2 just launched and accessories are still limited, I improvised using Mavic 4 parts, a 1.14 screw thread, a secure male connector, and some Velcro to hold it in place. I then attached a secure female connector to my handlebars, and it worked perfectly. It's sturdy, doesn't block any buttons, and battery changes are still easy. If any of you have smarter mounting ideas, I'd love to hear them. Drop your suggestions in the comments. Anyway, the reason I wanted to bring it on rides is the Neo 2's whose maximum flight speed has increased from 28 kilometers per hour to 42 kilometers per hour. That means it can now handle a much wider range of cycling situations and keep up with most riders. Of course, if your legs are the size of tree trunks and you're pedaling like a rocket, maybe not. But for most of us, it's perfect. Here's another cool trick. Before you start recording, turn on your GPS or smartwatch tracking, then import your footage into DJI Fly and add dashboard data using DJI Me mode. It makes your videos look more dynamic and professional. When I use the cycling follow mode, I usually keep the drone behind me for long distance or straight line shots to avoid collisions. For slower parts like hill climbs or smooth glides, I let it fly in front or beside me, capturing every detail, even my struggling face. You can also tweak flight settings in real time using the mobile app. If your phone case has a crown base and the drone has a matching crown head, you can even clip your phone onto the drone for easier adjustments. I'd recommend getting a 45-degree angled phone mount so you can shoot both horizontally and vertically. Total game changer. Just one thing to remember, if you're on the move, the drone can't take off or land until you've completely stopped. I actually tried launching it while still cycling, but yeah, that idea didn't end well. And that's my full experience with the DJI Neo 2, a lightweight, powerful, and beginner-friendly drone that's as fun to use as it is to film with. The Neo 2's intelligent obstacle avoidance system is honestly one of the most impressive features on this drone. It does a fantastic job of preventing crashes, even in tricky situations. To really put it to the test, I decided to fly it through a dense forest, a place full of branches, trees, and unexpected obstacles. It looked risky at first, like it was going to hit something any second, but every time it managed to dodge perfectly. It's surprisingly smart. Before I knew it, I'd been flying it for hours, right up until sunset. As the sky turned golden and the birds started heading back to their nests, I couldn't help but think, we all have that desire to rise above and see the world from a different angle. Just like how bicycles extend the reach of our legs, drones extend the reach of our eyes. In that moment, I felt like a seabird gliding through the sky, free, weightless, and using technology to experience the world from a whole new perspective. Switching to manual mode, you can control the Neo 2 using either your phone's touchscreen or the remote controller. I was a bit nervous at first, thinking it might be complicated, but it's actually super simple. Just 2 joysticks. That's it. Honestly, even if you handed it to a random kid on the street, they'd probably figure it out in no time. By the time half the battery's gone, they'd be flying it smoothly. So how high and far can this little thing actually go? In open conditions, when it's connected only through your phone's Wi-Fi, without the digital image transmission module, it can reach about 60 meters in height and 500 meters in distance. But if you connect it to the image transmission module and use the remote, it takes things to another level, flying up to 120 meters high and as far as 6 kilometers. So, if you're serious about longer flights, the image transmission module and remote are definitely worth having. When it comes to audio, the Neo 2 can record sound through your phone's microphone when it's paired with the app. If you're launching it from a still position, the audio quality is decent, but while cycling or in windy conditions, the noise can get pretty strong. If you really care about clean audio, I'd suggest hooking up a DJI mic for recording. Using the mobile app, you can also fine-tune the follow mode, switch between eye level and aerial views, change the angle to the right, or increase the tracking distance. The controls are intuitive, making it easy to get the perfect framing. To wrap it up, the DJI Neo 2 is lightweight, simple, and incredibly beginner-friendly. Its intelligent follow mode makes it super easy to pick up, even if it's your first time flying a drone. With the upgraded hardware and faster flight speed, it's capable of handling more extreme conditions and capturing shots that regular action cameras just can't. If you're looking for a drone that's affordable, easy to use, and lets you enjoy the thrill of flying without a steep learning curve, the Neo 2 is absolutely worth checking out. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.